And we welcome you back inside the Petaluma High School gym. Score is American Canyon 24, Petaluma 19. And we apologize. YouTube crashed on us. We've been having some camera difficulties. Whole host of problems here in this first half. But fingers crossed, we'll be good the rest of the way. And so far, Peter, a whole host of problems for Petaluma in this first half as well.
That is for sure. The defense on American Canyon has been simply outstanding for them, and they have really been converting it into offense and catching them off.
Going on, come on.
No. Oh, okay. Well, and here we have number 10. He missed the 3. That was Roman Madiar. Ooh, but that sophomore number 2, Eric Thomas, he has been on fire tonight.
Just playing much harder with much more energy after the first couple minutes of this game. They're flying to the ball. They're knocking things out into the stands. Their benches stood up repeatedly. Well, what did our viewers miss in those last couple minutes?
We had a 3 by S1 Bermudez, another 2, I don't remember who, but it was kind of brutal. Honestly, American Canyon has been a dominant team tonight, and we have very in control, yes, and Petaluma really needs to regain that because they are. I'd say but also this has been a very tightly reffed game tonight, I would say. There seems to be a foul or a call or something that happens wrong every couple seconds.
Yeah, really our viewers were gone. Petaluma was able to hang around. It's still pretty even score. Hasn't changed much.
Tynes comes in, but just body blocked by that tall Sham Johansson. But he also fouls him, and George Tynes will get some chance at the free throw line.
Petaluma's, they're still only down 5 points as much as they're struggling right now with this American Canyon energy. It's not a Wolves team, again, we've said it before, that scores a lot. Petaluma should be able to stick around here and get hot again with their scoring. They can easily win this game, but they have to stay in firing range. They're not a team that comes from behind a lot. This Wolves team has used their defensive strength. Head coach Brett Weddings literally says we're not going to outscore people. We got to win with our defense. And the Wolves will win with their defense, effort, and energy so far in this one.
Oh, what number, man! And Eric Thomas just keeps on wanting more, and Petaluma has not been good on their rebound game tonight, both offensive and defensive.
The Trojans have been horrible on the boards tonight, and it's overall led to their confidence. They started allowing some offensive rebounds, and everything else has started going for American Canyon.
But Kenny is back in play now.
Alexander back in, and that a lot of more offensive rebounds for the Wolves were easily being able to be pulled down.
Oh my God, and Kenny will be fouled.
After Alexander exited with 2 fouls, but even there, the Trojans just can't hold on to this basketball. It's a bug right now. No one can pull down a rebound. It's frustrating to watch, too.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Halfway through the second quarter, the Trojans trail by 8.
Tynes, I said the Tynes gets it in.
Now the student section wanted him to dunk it. He can't dunk the basketball. He did that once last year. But you just got to make the shot right now in this very important VVAL game.
Bermudez loses a little control for a little bit. And, oh man, that hurts. That Oliver Randall there, the top scorer for American Canyon.
He's actually been pretty quiet tonight. It's been Thomas and Patrick who've been the big players for Petaluma.
Kenny with the 3, though. That is what the Trojans needed right there. Alexander with 3.
And Alexander Cortez has had a good game. They've helped keep Petaluma in it. The Wolves are playing a lot harder here. Passes have been telegraphed, but they've hit some shots too. It's something earlier in the year they could just not hit shots. And clearly developed to be able to hang around right now. That's much better defense there.
Finally, yeah.
Finally an offensive rebound.
And it looks like, ooh.
Charge. Time's just a little out of control. Step up, take a big charge. This Wolves team knew the importance of this game. I love the energy they brought. Their players have been standing up on the bench repeatedly. There they were all up cheering. They've looked like they've wanted this a little bit more in this first half.
For sure. Nice. The three is missed by Oliver Ondal.
Yeah, Wolves want to get him going. He had 33 points in Wolves Foundation game victory. He can score. They even needed him. They put 30 points up with ease without him. Only scored 45 points against Casa Grande last Friday.
Bermudez misses the shot.
That's Ondal just racing to the ball. The Trojans are ball watching.
But Kenny there, good defense. That's what the Trojans need right now, good defense. Bermudez again for the three, and it is now a 2-point game here in the gym.
What a shot by Bermudez. It's hard to believe this is a 2-point game considering how American Canyon felt like they've controlled this ball game since the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. Petaluma is right there all of a sudden.
And you know, with that, Petaluma has actually now scored more than Casa scored in their entire game.
Yeah.
And it's not even the second half yet. I mean,
Yeah,
the third quarter yet.
This has been a different kind of game. It's been fast, up-tempo, and it's going to just warrant more scoring because of that. But Petaluma's three-point shooting has been excellent tonight, even in all this chaos and kind of out-of-control play they've had for a large proportion of this game.
And Patrick again. He has been on fire this game, hasn't he?
Oh, he's a killer sophomore right now for the Trojans. They can't stop him.
Oh, Kenny misses the three. Alexander misses the three.
Yeah, he's just got to keep on shooting, though. He's the hottest player on the court.
And that's what we like to see. Perez doing work.
Just kind of out of control here for Petaluma. You got to calm down, take a deep breath. They played a lot of this game like their hair's on fire.
Right, and we just saw Kenny out there telling Perez to calm down. What?
Mine's tied at an open layup.
That's quite unfortunate.
Well, this game's like watching a heart attack happen before your eyes. I mean, American Canyon is diving all over the court. They're running everywhere, stealing balls, throwing themselves into the stands, throwing the balls into the stands. But it's very hard because I really feel like it warrants you as the other team to really feel very agitated by the way they're playing. And it's really when American Canyon around that 2-minute mark ratcheted up their style of play, the Trojans have looked very jittery and like their hair's on fire.
Right, I mean, playing against a good defense can really be like banging your head against a brick wall, and especially with like the amount of energy American Canyon bring, it must be really getting in the Trojans' minds, I think.
Yeah, Petaluma still scored 28 points nonetheless, and I don't think the Wolves have that much offense, but the Trojans have given them so many second chances, and we'll talk a little bit more at the half, but if the Trojans can find a way to pull down some offensive rebounds, and a big part of that, I think, is slowing down this ball game and getting back to the fundamentals, I think they can claw back in this one. They're still only down 4. It's been a single-digit game the whole way, and Trojans did start the game very well. That helped them. They had a 6-point lead early.
Tynes for 3, and he makes it. It's now a 1-point game, and suddenly this feels like the Trojans might have a chance.
A senior Tynes has brought the senior leadership you need. With a whole crop of sophomores for Petaluma playing, they got a little unraveled early.
And it looks like, and as, number 1 there, Sam Johansson dunks it, but
yeah, that's not going to count, though.
Not going to count, no.
That's a travel.
Trojans now have 2 seconds to score.
I couldn't see, Daniel. We were being blocked by football players.
That's all right. Nothing really happened there, and it is a 1-point game here in the second half. What a game. Ups and downs for both teams, even us, too, with our technical difficulties. Like, this is quite the ride.
Yeah, we've had quite the ride. We missed the first half of the second quarter. I think that's under control, and somehow Petaluma's only down 1 here.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a testimony to how good Petaluma has became, right?
I think so.
And like even against a great defensive team that is, I think, trying to get in their minds, they have shown that they can be resilient, and this locker room talk might really help Petaluma.
Yeah, I think Petaluma needs, and I've said again, they got to focus on the fundamentals, the little things right now. This is a team that's gone here and started to really put things together and play better because they haven't turned the ball over, they haven't fouled, and they haven't allowed offensive rebounds. We haven't seen many fouls, but the Trojans have been giving up buckets of offensive rebounds. Literally buckets have resulted from those offensive rebounds.
Right, yeah, I feel like it's been the main weakness for Petaluma. Like, they've been doing a really good ball game, but just the rebounds, both offensive and defensive, have killed them, and they really need to start working on that.
Yeah, and both teams are young. This is an American Canyon team that we mentioned in the first quarter, if you were with us, had almost exclusively seniors playing on their team last year. They only have 5 returners this year. They have very little scoring on this team coming back, but the Trojans have really helped them out a lot in this game. The American Canyon press, the American Canyon pressure, an interview? Yeah, sure.
All right, and I think we have an alumni interview here.
She's not an alumni.
Oh, non-alumni just want an interview?
I don't know. She wanted an interview. But as I was saying,
all right. I don't know.
You know, slow down this game. I think offensively is where it starts for Petaluma. I think if they, even though they aren't playing well offensively, if they slow down the game offensively, take better care of the ball, are smart with it, and really think that when they go on the defensive side of the ball, they're not going to be turning the ball over. They're going to be able to get into their half-court defense. And the Wolves are not great against a half-court defense. They like to run the floor. They like to run. They're very athletic. And that half-court defense, the Trojans have the height, and they have a lot of talent on this young team, too.
I feel, yeah, for sure, definitely. Yeah. So just really they have to get in there and get the threes in, because as you saw there, I think they've been
shooting has been remarkable.
Yeah, they have been really on it this game. Coach Bears has definitely capitalized on that.
Yeah, three-point shooting for Petaluma has been huge, and the Wolves have not done a good job of that at all, especially for a good defense. I'd expect them to close down on limiting the three-pointers, because the Trojans have had 3 for 5 from downtown. Alexander, Cortez, Perez, everyone's gotten involved from downtown, and for a Trojan team that only averages 50 points per game, and points was struggling to get to 40. Casa Grande only scored 26 points against them last week. The Trojans still scored 31 points against them offensively, in part because they've had a lot of possessions. The game's gone fast, but they shot well from 3, and they've moved the ball well and gotten players involved. When Alexander's been in there, he's played excellent as well. Hey, Daniel.
Game Saturday at noon, Ellison Field, be there.
Is that the Tri-County All-Star game, which, put that in the announcement. Yeah, at our Steve Ellison Field this year, which is very exciting. That's the football game where Sonoma County, Napa County, and Marin County all come together. The best players from all the football teams come together, and they're holding it at Steve Ellison Field this year at noon, which is super cool.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, and Daniel Carley, the Trojans all-league center, one of their best players, he'll be participating. So that's a cool thing he was promoting there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So in this game, 32-31 is the score here, and for the second half, I think Petaluma's got a shot here, but they have to play their style of ball if they want to win this game. I think conditioning will also be another factor. The way this game has been up-tempo when it comes to the fourth quarter, if it's still at this tempo, advantage of American Canyon, because they played a lot of games like this, and they a reason they are 3-0 in the league. They run the ball, and they pulled away from Vintage in their second league victory. We know the Crushers have some talent on that team. They pulled away from them. Vintage got tired in that second half, running with American Canyon. They weren't able to keep up. So that's another thing I think to watch in the second half as well.
Yeah, for sure. It'll definitely be interesting.
Yeah. A lot of factors in this game. A lot of talent. It's been fun so far to watch. It's kind of been a crazy game. A lot of ups and downs. I think both teams will settle down a little bit in the second half. I think there were a lot of nerves in this first half too.
Yeah, for sure. Both teams know how important this game is because these are the two best teams in league. So this could determine who gets the pennant.
Yeah, so and if you're just joining us, this is American Canyon 3-0 in league, Petaluma 2-0 in league. There is one other undefeated in league. It's Napa at 2-0, but these look like two of the best teams in VVAL competing for a league title here tonight. And this goes a long way toward deciding league pennant, as you said, Peter. And especially with Petaluma, there are a lot of their home games, that will be important as well.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of Napa, they actually play Vintage tonight, who Petaluma beat for the last league game in a blowout, not blowout I'd say, but a 72-52 game. Very good game for Petaluma.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Napa does against the Crushers. And the big games will continue because American Canyon goes back home on Friday night, and they play Napa. So no matter what happens here tonight, that game will be very important. Obviously, Petaluma plays Casa Grande on Friday night in the Egg Bowl. That game just has so much more around it. Besides league standings, it's the Egg Bowl. But the Trojans play Napa next Monday as well. So I think by next Monday, after this kind of round robin of games, we're going to have a very good idea of where all these teams stand and what we're looking at going forward in VVAL.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
That's one of the reasons this game's so important to start things off. You want to be in the driver's seat for the Vine Valley. You want to be the team, the more confident team, and announce yourself to this league. And so far, both teams have done an excellent job after slow starts to the year. They tested themselves against excellent competition, and it really has rewarded themselves for the Wolves and the Trojans. And so far, the Grizzlies, pretty experienced team, probably the most experienced team in this league. They might have a shot at a league pennant as well, so that should be very interesting.
Yeah.
And overall, the league standings, Vintage and Casa at 1 and 2. And Sonoma Valley and Justin Siena right now at the bottom of the league at 0-2 and 0-3, respectively. They're playing each other tonight, so one team will get its first victory in VVAL. But I do think every team is going to have a loss in VVAL. It's a lot of parity in this league.
Yeah, for sure.
There's not one dominant team. I think there's a lot of quality top to bottom. Even the Braves we saw, they gave Petaluma a challenge, and they're probably the worst team, I think, in this league. Every team will be a fight, no matter what, and you're gonna have to stay going throughout the year. There'll be some upsets at points. That's why, even though this game is very important, it is not an end-all, be-all by any means. But especially for the Trojans, who play 4 of their last 5 league games on the road, they need to win all the games at home they possibly can here early in the schedule.
Right.
We've also got a lot of other sports going on here at Petaluma, especially in the next 2 days.
Yeah, we have a girls soccer game here today at Allison Field. We have a wrestling match in Sonoma Valley, I believe. And tomorrow we have the boys soccer team playing again.
Casa.
Playing Casa for the Egg Bowl.
That's the boys soccer, first round of the boys soccer Egg Bowl.
Right, yeah. And that will be an exciting game, I think. Two very good teams. And yeah.
Well, what's coming? What are we live streaming here tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
You're not here.
I'm not
when
here.
He's not here, folks, he forgets what's going on.
That is true. Yeah.
You gotta get out of that self-centered mode.
It's a girls' soccer match. No, it's girls.
He did also write today that the soccer match is happening in the gym.
It's a girls'.
You are one of the most imaginative, just creative people I've met, Peter. You have so many great ideas.
That is one way of putting it, Griffin, yeah. No, it's a girls' basketball match.
I think that's it.
Here in the gym, and it is going to be them versus American. No, wait, they face American Canyon.
What are the next 2 days? They're Egg Bowl days.
Egg Bowl days, Casa.
Thursday,
I knew
Friday, Petaluma, Casa, soccer, basketball, 4 matches. Petaluma and Casa, and we have 3 of the 4 covered right here on our YouTube channel, including both basketball games live, and I will also be out at the girls' soccer game on Friday night, so that is going to be a big deal. Yeah,
and here we start the third quarter. Trojans possession here.
Be interesting to see what the adjustments are here in the second half for that rather crazy first half.
Kenny Alexander with a good shot by him there.
I got the Trojan bench up. You want to get some energy for Petaluma. They've been the lesser energized team throughout this game.
Right, also, this is Petaluma's first time leading. Never mind. Sam Johansson there with the point for the Wolves. Yeah.
I expect a back and forth second half. I think this one's going to be close, and I think that the difference is going to be who dictates play.
Sullivan just can't deal with 3 Wolves.
The Trojans are still playing like they're walking on hot coals. They're playing very fast basketball. It's a little uncharacteristic of them.
Ball goes flying down, but it's recovered by Patrick. That's what I see by the Trojans here. They're starting to get involved in the game from the bench and from the student section. And might I say, we have a pretty good one tonight. There was very few at the beginning of the game, but more and more have migrated in.
Yeah, it's starting to fill up. I think they're looking forward to the Casa game. Bermudez just passed to himself off the backboard. He's such a creative, fascinating player to watch, and yeah, I think he realized he didn't know where to go with the ball. He was already moving. He was going to double dribble, and he just kind of had to throw it off the backboard, and it actually worked out. Well, sophomore star is so fun to watch for Petaluma.
For sure. And he misses a 3, and he'll be out.
Fancy footwork, a little out of control there.
Right.
Got 9 viewers tuning in. Good audience tonight, even with our technical difficulties. So I want to thank everyone who's tuned into this big one on a Wednesday night. Johansson traveled. He's been big for American Canyon. A lot of offensive rebounds so far, though we haven't seen that yet from the Wolves.
We have not seen that yet, and we do not. Wait, do we want it? Never mind.
That's a good sign.
It's a good sign.
For Petaluma, you're early in the second half of a much-needed adjustment. But another good sign would be to break this press.
And Clark just throws it to Bears, who is not so happy about it.
Yeah. Coach, unfortunately, cannot be a 6th player on the team. Coach Bears has certainly grown this program and this young team here.
For sure he has, yeah. These sophomores have been something that he really needed to cover, and I think he's done a great job at that.
And very young team. The coach needs a lot of teaching.
And that would be Sam Johansson, who has scored 4 points this third quarter. First quarter, second half.
Trojan zone defense needs to rotate better. It's just been too many easy buckets for the Wolves, whether it's all putbacks on offensive rebounds, off turnovers, or backups.
To Cortez, who just takes a hit, but it's not enough.
And it's out of control there, and that's again the impact of the way American Canyon plays this game. Extreme energy, and they just fly around on the defense, and you're just kind of acclimated to start throwing shots up like the world's going to end tomorrow.
Kenny using his physical prowess, Alexander, but it's not enough. And an onslaught of attacks.
It's a technical, I believe. That's the issue there with Petaluma. They missed that shot. It's not a good shot from Alexander, but they don't get back defensively when Trojans have missed shots. American Canyon has ran the floor. Petaluma has not gone back, and you know that the Wolves play like this. You just got to bring better efforts.
Cortez drops it, and Oliver Anahal just is able to capitalize on that, and it just doesn't. What do you do?
Trojans would be better able to handle this energy and this play by the Wolves, but so far not.
They're just ripping it from the Trojans' hands now. If you're the Trojans right now, Griffin, what do you do? Because the energy from American Canyon is just so amazing.
You really had to hope that in the locker room that Petaluma would make some adjustments, but it is true even when I think you try to slow down the game with the way American Canyon plays defense, it's very hard to adjust to that, and the way they're pressing and running around, it's giving trouble for Petaluma, but I think Petaluma needs to settle into their game and play like they did the first couple minutes in the first quarter. They are smart about this. They practiced this press the last couple days. They should not turn the ball over. You shouldn't be telegraphing your passes. And you can't stop with the basketball. You got to keep on moving it when they're double teaming and they're pressing players. You got to pass the ball up, but that doesn't mean throwing up crazy shots. They need to be a lot smarter, and I think it's hard for a very young team like Petaluma to play smart against a physical, aggressive team. They haven't seen a team like American Canyon all year long, and they're probably not going to with the energy they play with. But you just got to stick to your fundamentals, stick to your game, because the Trojans have the talent to come up and play with the Wolves. And the Trojans' defense has been mediocre if they're not giving free buckets to the Wolves. But American Canyon has gotten so many free buckets, and they turn their defense into offense. That's exactly what they want to do. You just can't turn the ball over on silly plays like that. So Tynes just shouldn't be handling the ball in the first place.
And yeah, Bears is going to sub him out.
And Coach Scott Bears has been a lot more mellow this year. This is the most angry I think I've seen him all year long. He's frustrated with his players right now. They have not stuck to the game plan at all.
And you can imagine how the Trojans feel too, right? Like, just an all-around. It is like banging your head against a brick wall, I think.
Well, you can't get frustrated with it. They have to keep on fighting, and the Wolves turned on this pressure, this energy, halfway through the first quarter. Took a lead. Petaluma was leading by 8 early. They turned around. Wolves led by as much as 7. The Trojans cut it all the way down to 1 at the half. They slowly chipped away. They never looked comfortable, I would say, with the way the Wolves played, but they were able to chip it down. They just need to hang around again. Still, neither team's led by double digits. If the Trojans can get back to at least shooting threes, they can hang around. But they just can't stop even turning the ball over. If you can't get shots off, you're not going to win a game.
They hadn't even got in the near vicinity of their hoop for like a minute.
Well, I think the most frustrating thing for a team is to turn the ball over and over again. And Petaluma's been subbing players in and out to try to help them with conditioning-wise and try to get new players that can handle this press. But not really anyone's been able to deal with it. Gehring's in now for the Trojans.
American Canyon sinks it in again.
Defense again just falling apart there. There's no one at home. Patrick just lays it in with ease.
Brown gets knocked over.
Well, the Wolves have been contesting every shot tonight. They've been making life difficult for Petaluma even when they've hit their shots. That's been a big difference. And I think that's going to make a big difference in the fourth quarter, and it already has in the second half.
First points Trojans have scored in quite a long time now. At the free throw line, too.
Both teams undefeated in VVAL. The loser will take the first loss in the loss standings, and if Napa wins tonight, fall to third. Would whoever it is, if it's the Trojans, it place them in a tough position, especially having to turn around on Friday and face Casa Grande here in the Egg Bowl. The Wolves can win tonight, beat Napa on Friday. They would be in total control of this league. And they came in as league favorites, and you can see why the way they play. Wow. And the advantage to a really young team like American Canyon with few returners, you can play everyone. Everyone knows how to play. Every single pass by Petaluma, and even more in the second half, has been poked away, knocked away. The Trojans have maybe 2 or 3 shots that they've actually put up, I think, in the second half. It's painful. It's painful to watch. And it's remarkably, it's gotten worse in the second half. I think American Canyon's raised their level of play even higher. I'm not sure they had it, but they are starting right now just to look like a better team. They're only still winning by 8. It's not that big of a lead because they're just not that good of a shooting team. But if you're going to give offensive rebounds and leave players wide open, it will be pretty easy to score. Now, one part that has hurt Petaluma here tonight has been they have called the game very loosely, so how physical the Wolves are. They haven't been, Trojans haven't been bailed out by fouls. They just need to get shots up right now and try to get in a rhythm. But it's another offensive rebound and something Petaluma was focusing on the first 4 minutes. But again, I don't know why they're forgetting to box out, and I guess you have to blame it on your youth for getting the fundamentals. The Trojans would be much more competitive in this game if they just boxed out. When you play, though, like the energy American Canyon does, sometimes you forget everything you practice, and it all falls apart. The Trojans can't do anything offensively at all because they were shooting threes in the first half, and that really kept them in it. They were at least able to get shots off. They have 3 points in this third quarter, and I think now we're understanding why Casa Grande scored 26 points against them last Friday. Watching the Gauchos snack on popcorn, I think it's a lot more fun for them to just snack on some popcorn and watch this American Canyon D them play against it like they did last Friday. That's true. The Trojans need a spark and fast. And they need to pull down some boards. Garahan's enter. Coach Bears has played every single player on his roster already, trying to get anything going here in the second half. I was running the floor there, finding a way to get an easier bucket. I was saying the Trojans needed in the first half to settle into their half-court game, but I think the way American Canyon's playing defense now, you don't want to settle into your half-court game because the Wolves are being just as aggressive in their half-court game as they were when the Trojans were trying to run a break. Half-court defense has been excellent for the Wolves in the second half. Big upgrade. They definitely made a lot of adjustments in the locker room. Credit to their head coach, Brett Wedding. Wedding in his 5th year has had a winning record every year. Has really built up the Wolves program from pretty poor to very good. He called this a rebuilding year after everything they lost last year in 8 seniors and a 16-12 squad. Only 4 seniors on this young team, 5 returners. Now, this style of play, it's going to win you a lot of ball games and cause you a lot of trouble. Wedding has really done a nice job instituting it. I think the Trojans have exerted so much energy offensively, they haven't been able to get back defensively at points tonight as well. I don't know what the turnover total is going to be, but it is going to be up there. Likely touching 30. Trojans are playing their best basketball coming in, but they have ran into a buzzsaw tonight. Call that the backboard. Yeah, that's been the kind of offense that Petaluma's had in this third quarter. Up, up, and away. Except not in a good way. EJ Alves. I've seen a lot of basketball games, Peter. I'm not sure I've seen this many turnovers committed by one team in a quarter. Looks exasperated. So true. He's done a great job at this Petaluma roster in his fourth year, 42-37. Great record in FCL. Really watch this team grow up before our eyes. Tonight a regression, though. No, this is a 22-point game, and we'd love for you to stick around, but I think for all intents and purposes, this game is done, and it was, I mean, done in a hurry. And the difference was the American Canyon defense. The Wolves have been scoring like this all game long because the Trojans have continued to turn over the ball over. Napa is beating Vintage pretty soundly, so it looks like the Grizzlies are going to remain undefeated in league play as well, so they'll be undefeated with American Canyon. But it's been offensively for Petaluma. They were shooting the three-point ball really well in the first half. They were still able to get shots up. They were not actually having too much trouble with the press for the Wolves, and even though they turned the ball over some, and we were complaining about it, it was at least manageable. It's been totally unmanageable in this third quarter, and I don't know if it was purposeful by the Wolves to raise their energy, but it's almost looked like Petaluma hasn't been ready for this second level of energy in this third quarter because it's gone from here to here for the Wolves in terms of pressing, in terms of energy, especially on the defensive end. And it kind of snowballed for them offensively too, and the better their defense got, the easier offensive buckets you can get. Yeah, Patrick did an excellent job early, too, keeping American Canyon in this game. They started this game pretty slowly. Trojans led early. We didn't see any of that press or energy by American Canyon. They turned it on when Kenny Alexander went out with foul trouble. Took a lead, Trojans hung around, and then they turned it up another notch in the second half. Do your radio play. nice job here by Petaluma in this fourth quarter. They've kept the energy going, and even though this game's likely out of reach, they're scoring again, and they're still fighting, and they're going to play American Canyon again, and they can easily still be in contention for a league title in that one. They got to learn and continue fighting. We got some live streams coming up. What do we got coming up, Peter? Yeah? It's been a long night for you, too. I think the press has gone to you, Peter. It's gone to me. It's gone to the equipment. American Canyon has destroyed everything in its path with no mercy. No, it's an internet problem. We might be buffering currently. We do apologize. But the issues tonight might not be on our end. They might be on some trouble with the school Wi-Fi here tonight, unfortunately. But hopefully it'll be better for the next 2 nights in the Egg Bowl. Expecting a lot of viewers for both Casa games. And they're always so much fun when Petaluma goes up against the Gauchos. It's a lot of energy in the gym. Petaluma Casa, the rivalry means so much, Peter. And I think especially after the way the Football Egg Bowl ended back in October. Casa obviously with a thrilling victory. The 2 volleyball matches have been thrillers as well. 2 5-stat losses for Petaluma. The rivalries have been intense this year, and they've gone the Gauchos' way. And the 4 games coming up over the next couple days, Trojans need some victories. Your mic's done. Bermudez to Clark. The Trojans have settled down here. American Canyon certainly brought down their energy a little bit. I think it's hard to play for 4 quarters the level they played in the third, and they really don't need to play at the same level. So it's not a surprise, and the Trojans are able to get a little bit more into their offense now. That Wolves' pressure has calmed down, but it's still a 19-point lead. Foul on Clark, and it will send Johansson to the line. Wolves will go to 8-9 in VVAL, or 8-9 overall. And again, that record pretty deceiving. They played a very tough early season schedule, and they played one of the best teams in Sonoma County in Pioneer and took them to overtime, even when they were struggling early on. Is your mic working, Peter? You'll hear Peter in a minute. Johansson's had a big night for the Wolves.
Testing. I should be on.
Yep.
It's a brutal game for the Trojans tonight here. I keep on saying that.
Yeah, this is not the way they wanted this one to go. They had big hopes at home, make another statement as they did on Friday night, but unable to play with the level of the Wolves, at least for now. But they have more time to develop their young team and can look forward to future games and hope for better.
Clark there nailing the free throw.
It'll be interesting against Casa Grande on Friday night, too, what lineup Coach Bears decides to go with. These really cycled through lineups. It does feel like he needs to find a little bit more consistency for players playing together.
And that would be Kai Curry there.
Hey, Curry getting involved.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of him in this game, not much though. Brown for the shot.
Go to the line for two. Brad Wedden says his program goal for American Canyon to be a playoff team, compete for a league title. They've certainly built up to that, and this young team will only get better, as will the Trojans being a very young team as well. A lot of growth to happen. Again, our next live stream tomorrow night at 7. Girls basketball team takes on the Casa Grande Gauchos. The Petaluma team looking to break a 3-year losing streak to Casa. It's been a rough run for them. Gauchos and Trojans in a rivalry in the long run. Petaluma has dominated, but the Gauchos have had the better girls basketball teams of late, including a victory in the first round of the NCS playoffs last year. Trojan team 0-2 in VVAL, but they played well against Justin Siena, one of the better teams in the league. Falling just short, Tyler Jacobi had a 3. Just missed Peter. That was a really good game, Petaluma.
That was a
Justin
good
Siena
game.
on Saturday.
I would recommend checking out on our YouTube channel. Yeah, it was a great one.
Yeah, you want a high-quality live stream, you can check that one out on Saturday. There are no glitches at all.
And no
mics
blowouts.
dying, no blowouts. That was a really well-played game between two good teams. And I think the Trojans will benefit from playing the two best teams in VVAL to start, and the Gauchos are up near the top as well. It'll be a challenge tomorrow night for them. But I think it should be a very tight, competitive game tomorrow night between the Gauchos and the Trojans.
How about the girls soccer team, too? They have been killing it.
They have, and they continued that. Here tonight at Steve Ellison Field, 4-0, a victory over the American Canyon Wolves, and they've just kept on rolling. They haven't stopped either. They're not playing in a great. The VVAL for girls soccer isn't great, so it's been impressive to see that they kept on dominating teams they play.
Right? Yeah, for sure. Really, I mean, I've seen a little bit of them playing. What I have has been great.
Oh, they've been remarkable, and I will be out on Friday night, 6 p.m. at Steve Ellison Field, Casa Grande, Petaluma. They're the only 2 undefeated teams in VVAL. They are by far, I think, the 2 best girls soccer teams in VVAL. It should be a fantastic atmosphere, a fantastic game that will go a huge way. This game and the game in a couple weeks back at Casa to decide the league pennant. Currently, Petaluma is ranked number 1 also in NCS Division 3. Wow. Who knows? They could win NCS. They have not lost the game all season long, just 1 0-0 draw. Yeah, they've been remarkable, and they keep on putting it on teams they should beat. They have not had any off games so far this year.
Right, yeah.
They've shown a will to come back as well. They came back to beat El Cerrito non-conference game, a 3-2 victory. They were trailing in the 80th minute, scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes to win that one. They really know how to win. They're very, very experienced. Basically returned the whole team from last year that was exceptional. Very well head coach with manager Deegan Babala. So that game will be up on our YouTube channel by Saturday morning.
Good catch by Clark there, and nails the 2.
Yeah, I'll go watch Clark play, senior captain on this team for a reason. He's great leader, leads by example. You see why there. So many great leaders on that experienced girls soccer team. Again, we'll have that full game play-by-play, and just have to post it up to our YouTube channel, so that night you can watch the Boys Egg Bowl, 7 p.m. tip as well here live on our YouTube channel. Peter and Aiden will be bringing that one to you, and then Saturday morning you can check out the full girls soccer egg bowl. Boys soccer egg bowl also tomorrow night, and the boys soccer team beat American Canyon last night 2-1. Pablo Cortez de Leon scored 2 goals for Petaluma. It's been a breakout year for the boys soccer team.
Yeah, it has. Great teams. They did really well against one of the top 100 teams in California.
Tide Vintage, who is league favorites. They look like they're in the thick of things for potentially competing at the top of VVAL. Casa, not as strong. BC, though, in a rivalry game, if the Gauchos can spring an upset at Ellison Field, they are the more experienced team. Trojans are young, but they're good.
Yeah.
Similar to this boys basketball team, but they aren't at the top yet. It was a 1-point game at halftime. Everything unraveled in the third. The American Canyon's got to get close to a league high, though. A season high, I should say, in scoring this year. The way they have put points up, it's been impressive. They're near 70 for not a high-scoring team, but it's a big reason is because of their defense.
Tynes for the 2 there. Nice play by him.
Well, under 2 minutes left to go here. So we wind our way down. Well, I think it was a relatively small student section for the game tonight, but it's going to be a lot of fun here just on campus the next 2 days.
Oh, yeah, for sure. With the Egg Bowl coming up, tensions will be rising.
Yeah, and as I said, I think there's a little extra hate right now, Petaluma for Costa, just because all the losing that's been done, especially in football. They want some revenge. It'll be interesting to see in the 4 games the next day if they can extract that.
Right, yeah.
Now,
it's a bitter loss for Petaluma.
Yeah, we were talking about the schedule quirk actually on the way here, and I think it's laziness in a lot of ways by the schedulers, but I do also think it has its pros to have all the games together like this.
Right.
I think you really raise the spirit. It's all at one, and everyone is energized because you're playing Casa all at once. On the other hand, you wish soccer and basketball would be at different times so everyone can make them. The Trojan teams are going to go 3-0 and 3-1 against American Canyon. I was mistaken saying the girls basketball team is winless. They won last night against American Canyon. I was doing the same thing you were, Peter. I wasn't at the game last night, so I didn't think it ever happened.
Oh, and that's going to be Garrett Gregg tried to shoot there but missed. And Tynes will come in and he nails it. Student section can finally applaud about something. Great play by him.
Yeah, Tynes has had a nice game tonight. Brought some nice energy for Petaluma.
Yeah.
Well, stay tuned after the game. We will have interviews. Can't imagine they will be happy interviews, but we will get Petaluma's thoughts after this rough one. Trojans are going to have their 11th loss of the year, followed 5-11, 2-1 in VVAL. Petaluma's going to need to do a lot more winning in the league if they want to make NCS. They're currently ranked 26th by Max Preps, and just all the early losses make it hard. Trojans still above their scoring average for tonight. 53 points. They only average 50 points per game. Scoring was not the issue tonight, except in the third when they could not score. But in the end, it was turnovers, offensive rebounds. A lot of the little things really ballooned, and it kind of exploded in the third.
Coach Bears is playing all of his players now.
Yeah, get those reserves in.
Yeah.
Same with Coach Wedding as well. I want to thank cameraman Alex Fabian Davies for his good work tonight through all the chaos. And even these reserves for American Canyon play with some pressure and grab and press and are physical. You don't get any time off. It's no fun.
And this game just seems to go on for forever, Griffin, I must say.
Yeah, this has been a long night for Petaluma the way it's gone.
good catch there by Robbie Izetta. Sullivan for 3, he misses, but that's all right. Finally getting those rebounds, Petaluma. A little late, but is playing good. Sullivan now.
Yeah, nice to get some of the younger players for Petaluma. Obviously, they have a lot of young players, but nice to get some of their other players involved. This lead's 14, so it's going to look a lot closer than the Wolves got it out to. They had it past 20, and the Trojans only scored 6 points in the third.
Trojans just aren't there for the ball, and snailed by Gabriel Pat. That was not Gabriel Patrick. That was Americo Johnson. And just like that, American Canyon will snag a victory. Will snag a victory with a 73. Oh wait, no, not yet. Actually, still 4 seconds left. Maybe Trojans get a couple extra points here. But yes, Trojans will take the loss here in VVAL. First loss of the season, no longer undefeated in league.
And they're going to have to win on the road, too. That's what this loss verifies if they want to win a league title. They're going to have to win a couple on the road likely and get some help.
Stay tuned because we will have some interviews very soon.
So we're going to have interviews coming up next. Stay right here. We'll have interviews in just a moment. And we are testing. Can you hear me, Peter? Awesome. We are going to get a quick interview next. All right, Ivan Cortez, who's been a big out player of late for Petaluma, a sophomore, will join me after the Petaluma Falls 73-58 here to American Canyon. Guys were able to keep up with the Wolves in that first half, a 1-point game. What happened in that third quarter?
Third quarter, we were just breaking down. We were making bad passes. The pressure was really getting to us. We could have handled it better, but we didn't. And we'll get them next time, though.
What was it like to play against this energy that American Canyon brought in, this unique style of play, and how was that so hard, especially in that third, to keep up with them?
They're just different. They really are. Their energy, the way they play, they're really athletic. We were just trying to keep things calm, slow down. Didn't really work out at the end, and we can just improve on it. Just look forward.
You've had a couple big games recently, especially on Friday night. Had some good moments in the first half here tonight as well. How have you improved as a player, and how have, with the very fluid starting lineups, as you've been able to find your spot on this team?
My confidence is just building up. That's really all it's doing. Open shot, I'm going to take it. Layup, I'm going to take it. And that's just really been helping me starting and everything like that, yeah.
You guys weren't able to stay calm tonight. Obviously, it's going to be even more crazy atmosphere on Friday night against Casa Grande, especially as a very young team. You're only a sophomore. How are you going to try to make things different on Friday night?
Just preparing, honestly. We saw them. They were here. They were scouting us, but we'll be ready Friday, for sure.
Thank you so much, Ivan.
Thank you.
I was Ivan Cortez after Petaluma Falls to American Canyon 73-58. And again, Egg Bowl Friday night, 7 o'clock for the boys. We were referencing it. And for the girls, it's tomorrow night at 7. Both are live streamed. Both are right here. Hopefully no technical glitches this time. It's going to be a great atmosphere, and we're looking forward to a lot of viewers tuning in. If you are coming out to the girls' basketball game tomorrow, they're going to be serving Wicked Slush. Did you hear that, Peter? Wicked Slush
at the game. Have you had Wicked Slush before?
I have not. Can you tell me what it is?
It is like it's kind of a mix of ice cream and a snow cone. It is absolutely. It's I don't know. I didn't describe it well there. It's absolutely delicious. It's located in Healdsburg, and they're gonna be here tomorrow. You have to normally drive all the way up to Healdsburg to get it, so it's delicious. So highly advise coming out to the girls' basketball game, not only for a really good game, but for some Wicked Slush tomorrow night. Well, that's gonna do it here. The final, Peter, is the boys basketball team unable to keep up with American Canyon. How do you think they rebound from this one?
Honestly, just focus on their play, keep getting better, because you will run into teams like this who just you throw everything you got at them, but it's just not enough. And it's play harder, work harder, and I think that maybe in a couple weeks when they come around to facing them again, it might be different.
See if there's a different result. See, it'd be interesting. Yeah, the Wolves are certainly a different animal that Petaluma hasn't faced yet, and that causes them their first loss in VVAL play, but they got a lot left to play for here in the Vine Valley Athletic League. The Wolves remain undefeated in league play. They play Napa on Friday night in a game that will decide the first place team in the Vine Valley Athletic League, so that should be very interesting. Again, want to thank cameraman Alex Fabian Davies, doing a great job tonight. Thank you, Alex. There he is.
Thank you, Alex.
I want to thank you, Peter. Great job on play-by-play tonight. And you're calling play-by-play with Aiden on Friday night. You looking forward to that?
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, 7 o'clock tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Friday night. Egg Bowl. Boys and girls basketball should be a lot of fun. For everyone here at Trojan Live, I'm Griffin Epstein. Final score, American Canyon 73, Petaluma 58. Good night.